All right, we are live. We are live. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for confirmation that you can hear and see everything, Robin. And welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to today's public sticker design live stream. If you are in the chat, make sure that you change over from top chat to live chat so that you're not missing out on any of the conversation, or change over from top messages to all messages, depending on what device you're in. And welcome. Once again, happy Sunday, everybody. Nicola, thank you so much for the super chat donation, for everything you do. Hope it helps a bit. Thank you so much, Nicola. I appreciate you and so happy to have you here. Oh my God, Ray. Ray, I've been thinking about you. I'm like, man, Ray has not been in streams recently. I really hope that they're doing well. I'm so happy to see you. Welcome in, Axis of Anarchy, aka Ray. I do have Luna with us today. Let me scoot her over so we can see her little blobby self. She is in her bed, laying next to me. And I'm so happy to see you all. Welcome in. Before we get started, I'm going to scroll up in the chat and say hello to everybody. Hello, Christina, Thora, Sophie, Kendra, Lauren, Emily, and Robin. Hello, Donna and Ashley. Hello, Anya and Shay. Hello to Leslie and Cameron and Sarah Ann. Hello, Kat and Jada and Nakia. As always, it is such a pleasure seeing all these familiar names and faces. Hello, Rose. Hello, Eliana and Becca. Luna's purring away next to me. Hello, Felicia. Hello, Holly. Hello, Karen. Who else is here? Caitlin is here. Welcome in. Hello, Nicola. Hello, Jada and Sandy. Hello, Cameron. Hello, Tara, Mrs. Fancy Tancy. So happy to see you. Ray said, you haven't been here because you got a job at your local library last March, so you had to get settled. I am so happy to hear that, and so happy to hear that it sounds like you're feeling settled into your new job and new routine. That is just so great to hear, Ray. I really hope that you've been doing well. Hi, September, Dale, Ariel, and welcome to everybody else who is here today. I'm so happy to see you. Hello, Lindsay. Lindsay said, this is my first live chat on YouTube ever. Lindsay, I am honored. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Before we get into things today, make sure that you're staying hydrated today. I have a water as my beverage. So let's take a sip and cheers, everybody. Delicious. I also have a snack with me today, a little bowl of blueberries, actually a bowl of big blueberries. I don't know if you can tell, but these blueberries are massive and they are so delicious. Eat a couple of those before we get started, and I'm going to try not to forget about them. I can already see gift cards being purchased, so we are going to be kicking things off with a giveaway. Nicola said, how is the GoFundMe doing? And also, are gift cards available to send to people? Thank you for asking, Nicola. For those of you who maybe weren't here during my last public live stream or aren't patrons, I do have a GoFundMe going right now to help us replace all of our sticker making equipment that we had to dispose of last month due to a black mold infestation in our home that made us very sick. And I am so, so grateful to say that we have raised $7,500. We are 54% of the way funded to fully replace all of our equipment. And um, earlier this week, we received, I think, about 6,500 of those funds already transferred to our bank. And right away, we put those to purchasing 10 new sticker cutters, 4 new printers, 2 new computers, and what else? Our file server, a bunch of like cords, a bunch of paper, a bunch of mats. So a whole bunch of supplies and equipment. Luna, are you pressing on my iPad? Have already been ordered. If you look at the GoFundMe, there's an update if you scroll a little bit down where I've got receipts and showing everything that has been purchased so far. And just thank you guys so much. I have been overwhelmed by the kindness and generosity that you guys have shown in the wake of this really difficult experience of having to lose everything that we own. And I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude. Thank you guys so much to everybody who has donated to the GoFundMe already. I'm going to be leaving it up until we hit our goal, no matter how long it takes. But so far, between the funds raised from the GoFundMe and our own funds, we have basically replaced like 2/3 of our equipment. So that last, how much do we need to raise? It's like $6,500. That last $6,500 is for the final third of the equipment that we lost, the final bank of cutters, the final round of printers, the last computers. And I just can't believe that we've already been able to replace 2/3 of everything that we had to get rid of. So once again, thank you so much. Um, Sandy, I'm so glad you said, did you send the erasers, the Tombow markers, and the pencils? Because if so, I did receive them. It was really sweet because Jake actually got the package and he put them on my desk as a surprise. And I just saw them when I started setting up the stream today. Thank you so much, Sandy. I actually filmed just before the stream started. I filmed a little unboxing video because I got a package from Christina in the mail that was just like overwhelmingly sweet. But Sandy, I also ended up showing those supplies in the unboxing video. I think I'm going to post that to my Instagram later today. I I wanted to like post something to just like express my gratitude towards everyone who has been, donating to the GoFundMe, but also sending me things like throughout the streams these last couple or few weeks. I've just been, I'm just been talking about like the things I'm needing to replace. Like last Sunday, I was making a list in my journal of things that I need to buy, like stationery I'm missing and stuff like that. And basically everything I've mentioned has been sent to me by you guys. I've just been getting these like sweet little surprise happy mail packages. Um, and I say in the video, but like I can't express enough how much this means to me. This has been a really traumatic and like difficult time, but honestly, I am just overwhelmed with gratitude. Like I do not feel like I'm going through any of this alone. Um and having you guys in my corner through it, like I'll never be able to express how much it means to me. I will never ever be able to like fully put into words how much you guys mean to me and how grateful I am. Um It is just true. It's truly overwhelming. I am so lucky. I'm so, so lucky to have you guys. Um, just every kind word, every single person in these streams, everybody who has sent us something, helped us replace what we've lost, donated, like the amount of support I've been getting from y'all is I will continue trying, but I will always fail to put it in the words, or I will always fail to put into words how much this means to me and Jake and Luna, and how much you guys are helping us to rebuild. You guys are like our family. Um, you guys are like my closest friends. Um, and I've felt so much love throughout this whole process. Um, yeah, just it's overwhelming. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. Um, but just thank you. I will continue saying it. I will scream it from the rooftops. Thank you guys so, so, so much for everything. Truly. Every little care package I get in the mail just absolutely makes my day, makes my week. I mean, I'm so lucky and so grateful. But so I will have a little video going up on Instagram again, like probably later today or maybe tomorrow, with a cute little unboxing of the package that I got from Christina today, and just with a little message of thanks and gratitude and love. Um, Anya said, "You're just getting back what you give out." And Ashley said, "You're well deserved of all of this." Like, it's even hard to feel that way. Like, it's just so much. Um, and I will try to feel like it is well deserved, but it's like the overwhelming part where, you know, receiving all of this help from you guys, like, I'm just like, man, like, do I deserve this? It's just so much. It's so beautiful. Um, it just really reinforces that, like, I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing here with you guys. And we will get through this, and I will continue doing everything I can to make things right by you guys. Um, we're still in the process of, like, setting up all of our equipment and, like, really getting back up and running, but, um just know that, like, we are gonna be busting our ass to get all of our orders out, and I'm still working on responding to all of my messages, and we will get there, and I'm gonna make you guys proud because you guys are just just the best. And I couldn't be getting through this without you guys, so a million times thank you. I could go on and on saying thank you. Um But yeah, thank you guys for being here, for being a part of this community, just for being in this stream. You are you guys are everything to me. So I really appreciate you guys. Okay, I see we're having maybe some issues of buffering in the chat. Is everybody experiencing buffering issues, or is it just Eliana right now? Let me know. Felicia said, "I don't have any money at the moment, and donating through GoFundMe is new to me, but I was wondering if purchasing a gift card to be used at a later time would help in any way." Absolutely. If you wanted to purchase a gift cards from my website, anything is helpful. Anything, like, absolutely 100%. And also, do not and please never ever feel any pressure to, like, monetarily donate or purchase or anything. Like, I do not want anybody to put themselves in any sort of financial predicament thinking that, like, you need to give anything to me. I'm just like you just being here and being a part of the community and engaging and watching is already enough. I cannot stress that enough. Um, I'm just so grateful to have you here. So I just want you guys to know that if anybody is like, man, I don't have money, I can't donate. That is so absolutely okay. Like, trust me, I know. I do not expect anybody to give. And I want to continue to say that because I know talking about people giving can feel like there's a pressure there. And I do not want anybody to ever feel pressured. Please just know that you just being here is 1000% more than enough. And I am so grateful for that. Mars, exactly. Like, subscribing, sharing on socials is free. Absolutely. I'm just so grateful to have you all here. So, with all of that being said, I will continue to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful to all of you. Thank you for being here. I saw a request to put the GoFundMe link in the chat and pin it, so I will definitely do that. Again, the GoFundMe will stay up as long as we haven't hit our goal yet. So the link is going to be the same. It's gofundme.com/planningwithkay. So it's real easy to find if you're wanting to go there at any point to donate. All of the funds to the GoFundMe are going directly towards purchasing the equipment and supplies listed in the GoFundMe description. So I will put the GoFundMe link in the chat here. Click here to donate towards replacing our equipment and supplies. So let me slap that in there and pin that at the top and make sure that link works. Perfect. And the link is also in the description below this live stream. So if you are watching the replay and want to know where you can find the GoFundMe link, it is also in the description below. So now we have been getting some gift cards coming in. So I'm going to go check out my Instagram messages because I imagine I have some messages from some sticker fairies in the chat with some gift cards to give away. Oh my God, but I got to show this first because the first thing I see when I open my Instagram is this post from Karen. This is using printables from the $1 Patreon tier, including this background, some digital stickers, and this bookshelf printable. And I am in love with this. I'm going to go share that to my story right away, Karen, because that is so good. Okay, let me go to my messages and see what kind of sticker fairy shenanigans I have sitting in my inbox. See you later, Ray. So glad you were able to pop in and say hello today. I've missed you. I'm so happy to see you. It's very windy outside today. Thank you so much for the sweet note and message, Holly. I'm so happy that you're here. Some rattling because of the wind outside. Okay, so we have one sticker fairy here. I also see, Nicola, that you've sent me an Amazon gift card. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. I saw some people earlier asking if I've set up an Amazon wish list yet. I have not. I just haven't had the time. But if you are wanting to send an Amazon gift card, I always forget that that is an option. That's what Nicola just did. So if you are, I do use Amazon for like a lot of my supplies, A lot of the business stuff that we're replacing is through Amazon. So Amazon gift cards will always go to use, but I'll see about setting up an Amazon wish list. I'm honestly just not sure if I'll end up getting to it, like if I'll have time. And also, a lot of the stuff I mentioned last time needing, like people have already just been sending me from Amazon. So I will set one up if I feel like it's really necessary. But honestly, if you were planning on putting like $5 to buying something from an Amazon wish list, um, consider maybe just putting it to the GoFundMe instead. Um, but I will definitely let you guys know if I do end up setting up an Amazon wish list. Okay. So, Nicola, our very generous sticker fairy today, has sent me 4 $10 gift cards to give away. Also, guys, this bracelet was from the care package Christina sent me. Christina, this is so gorgeous. I love this bracelet so much. Okay, let me save all of these 4 gift cards that Nicola sent in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Nicola, let me also make sure to save this link to the Amazon gift card. I'll just see if I can add that to my Amazon account right now. Perfect. Apply to my Amazon account. That's what I love about the Amazon gift cards too, is I can just like add them straight to the account, to my account, and then it just gives me like that running gift card balance, which is really nice. So whenever I end up needing to go buy something, it's just already loaded up in there, ready to go. Thank you so much, Nicola. You are so kind and so sweet. And thank you for sprinkling your sticker fairy magic in the chat today. Let me also see. I think I have some other gift cards. And if you're just joining on in, we are kicking things off with a giveaway today. Yep, we have another sticker fairy in the chat, and that other sticker fairy is Anya. And Anya has sent in 2 more $10 gift cards to give away. So far, we have 6 gift cards that we're going to be giving away to people in the chat. Also, Lauren, I'm just now seeing your message. I'm going to have to mark that as unread so I can properly look later. But also, maybe I'll just present it to people in the chat as well. Let me read this really quick. Okay, I'm gonna present this to the chat because I think that this is a planner predicament, Lauren, that a lot of people will probably find relatable. Um, but Lauren said, I'm having a bit of a planner identity crisis, and she'd love some feedback about it. So Lauren has been using a pre-set up planner for a little while now. It's called the Positive Teacher Company Planner. And she loves how it's been working for school. And this is like a pre-set up planner that Lauren customizes a little bit, like decorates with stickers, but it's a pre-set up layout. And Lauren says, I am seriously missing bullet journaling. I have this creative itch that the pre-printed pages aren't scratching. So I'm considering starting a media journal to get back into the Bujo rhythm. My main hesitation is whether I'll actually stay consistent with it or if it'll just become one more thing that I have to update. I'd love any advice you have on balancing the two without getting overwhelmed. I think this is a great problem to propose to people because I think it is very relatable. The kind of balance between the creative itch that like free form bullet journaling really scratches versus the ease and the like functionality of a pre-set up planner. And my instant thought, Lauren, is that a way to balance this is I love your idea of starting a media journal to get back into bullet journaling. So for things like books, shows, TV, or movies, etc. And I like the idea of you starting a journal that doesn't require you to keep up with at any certain pace. So I like the idea of it being a journal that doesn't have spreads that you have to go back and fill out, but rather is a journal where you can create spreads when you get that creative itch that you want to scratch. So, for example, if it's, let's say, a media journal, having it be a journal that doesn't have trackers that you fill out, but instead is something you can come to and like fill out a page when there's a movie that you watch that you really loved, or there's a book that you just finished that you really loved. Um, but besides media, my first thought on a journal that would kind of scratch that itch without being any sort of like having any sort of pressure tied to it is almost having something that's like a free form, like junk journal or memory journal, where you can come and do creative journaling about anything that is inspiring you to journal that day. So it can have pages dedicated to music, books, movies. You can just have junk journaling pages in it where you get to scrapbook with different supplies. You could set up a spread to like document a really fun weekend that you had, but it's just a journal that you can come to whenever you're feeling inspired. So it's okay if you go weeks without using it. It's just there waiting for you the next time you want to set up a spread. So I think I would avoid setting up any spreads that are like trackers or anything that you need to go back and fill in. Instead, it can be a journal that's just there when you want to creatively create a spread. And it doesn't require you to like keep up with anything. So that would be my suggestion is mainly just no matter what the journal ends up being, make it like more open-ended. I feel like don't make it like specific to one certain topic and create spreads that you just get to create in the moment to like document something and not spreads that you have to go back in and fill out and keep up with. And I think that'll keep it really fun, um, low pressure, fun, and not have it be something that you like have to keep going back to fill in past spreads. And Lauren said, my next question is should I just use the bullet journal that I started to set up for 2026 until I realized I couldn't do both or buy a new journal? I would just use that same journal. If I were you, Lauren, I would totally just use that same journal. If there's any spreads you already set up that like bother you having them in there, you can always cover them up or like cut or rip them out, but it depends on how you're feeling, Lauren. If you feel like it's going to dissuade you from using it because you already set up spreads that you don't plan on using, then, maybe you want to get a new one. But if you feel like you can make it work, then if I were you, I would probably just use that journal that's already sitting there ready to use. And Holly, I have no idea. I see your question about March's live stream schedule. I know you have your operation coming up beginning of March. You're wondering if I'm going to do any free streams before. I have no idea, but keep up with the free Patreon tier because when I do post my live stream schedule for March, then you'll be able to see what that schedule is looking like. I'll try to get some in at the beginning of March before your operation, but as of now, Holly, I have no idea what March's live stream schedule is going to be. So just keep up with the free Patreon tier so that when I post the schedule, you know exactly when those live streams are going to be. Okay. Thank you for posing that question, Lauren. I think that's a really interesting conversation for us to have in the chat. So I'm just seeing if there's some other gift cards to give away. We have 6 so far, and I think there are some more in my messages. Okay. Let's see. We do have 2 more, which means we have a third sticker fairy today. And that sticker fairy is Becca. Thank you so much, Becca. And Becca has sent in 2 more $10 gift cards to give away. All right, so that means that we have 8 $10 gift cards to give away, which is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much to our generous sticker fairies today, Nicola, Anya, and Becca. You guys are so incredibly sweet. We are so lucky to have you. And I'm so excited that 8 people today are going to receive a $10 gift card to my sticker shop. Hi, Leanne. Welcome in. Raven said, "It's so funny. So many people are thinking of getting a new Bujo. I just decided today that I'm going to get a new one because, as dumb as it is, my vintage one I bought for 2026 doesn't fit for this year's vibe. I'm really into the punk goth Y2K look, which is the opposite of the vintage Victorian look. So I'm buying an Archer and Olive notebook." I love that, Raven. You're like, this does not fit the vibe. We are starting fresh. I love it. Heather's got 2 questions. One, what is the theme that we're doing? So, right now, today, we're going to be working on my new music theme sticker collection. This is this month's Patreon rewards. And then Heather's second question is, as physical prints are complicated right now by your situation, are you going to upload digital stickers sooner than normal? So, digital stickers are being updated or posted monthly to Patreon. I'm not sure when my next shop release for digital stickers is going to go up. I'm probably going to wait till we're mostly caught up with everything. So, probably within like 1 to 2 months. But we are fully up to date with all of the digital stickers on Patreon. So, if you join my $15 or higher Patreon tiers, you'll gain access to all of the digital stickers I have posted there, including last month's breakfast theme. That is the newest collection. The digital stickers and printables have all already been posted. Um, the only the only collections that aren't in the shop are the Green collection, the Heartbreaker collection, and the Breakfast collection. And maybe I'll post the digital stickers to the shop sooner than later since those are just instant downloads, but not 100% sure. So I'll definitely keep you guys up to date when new digital stickers end up going up in the shop. We've basically finished setting up the first bank of cutters. We're still just fine tuning the settings. It's a whole thing. But the second bank of cutters should be getting set up this next week. So we are just about ready to like fully get into production for December's Patreon rewards. And then finally, we're going to start getting into all of these late orders. We have orders sitting in the queue still from Black Friday. From late November. So I imagine it's probably going to take probably like February and March to get everything caught up. Um, we are also working on responding to all of our emails still. So if you're waiting for a response from me, I'm so sorry it's taking so long. Thank you so much for being patient. I'm hoping by the end of this next week, all of our emails will be responded to. So thank you. I feel so bad. I feel so bad that through all of this, there's so many things that are just sitting unshipped late. But trust me, we are going to be getting to it. I'm going to be responding to all of the rest of my emails soon. And we are almost ready to like get back into sticker production. Slowly but surely getting there. I see lots of people want me to boop the paw. The little Luna paw. Oh, she tucked it away. She didn't want me to touch it. Okay. So with those questions answered, let's get into giving away some gift cards. We have 8 gift cards to give away. And let me plug in my phone as well. Okay, we have 8 gift cards to give away. And I think that Nicola requested that one of these gift cards go to a first-time winner, to a newbie. So we will definitely have at least one first-time winner today. But we have 8 gift cards to give away total. So we are about to start the gift card giveaway. If you have never been here for a gift card giveaway, here is how it works. During these live streams, people in our community purchase gift cards from my sticker shop, PlanningWithKay.com, and they send them to me so that I can give them away live to people watching the live streams. Everybody here is welcome to enter this giveaway, and we are going to have 8 winners. Every single winner is going to win a $10 gift card to my sticker shop that has been sent in. And thank you so much again to Anya, Nicola, and Becca, our sticker fairies today, who sent these gift cards in and are sprinkling their free sticker magic into the chat. If you do end up winning a gift card, all you have to do to claim it is send me an Instagram message and I will send you your gift card, or you can send me an email if you don't have Instagram. This is going to be a pick a random number giveaway. So when I say ready, set, go, if you would like to enter the giveaway, all you'll need to do is type in one number into the chat between the number 1 and 150. The winning number won't be the number 1 or 150. It's going to be something in between. So once again, I'm going to say ready, set, go. And when I do, if you want to enter the giveaway, all you have to do to enter is type in one number into the chat between 1 and 150. And that is it. That has you entered. I'll wait for all of the entries to come in, and then I'll use a random number generator on my phone to pick our 8 winners. I'm going to be sure that at least one of those winners is a first-time winner. And if we get to the 8th number and no first-time winners have won, then we will do a separate giveaway at the end just for people who have never won a gift card before during one of my streams. But to start off with, the giveaway is open to every single person here. So everybody is welcome to enter. Okay, are we clear? And one more time, when I say ready, set, go, if you would like to enter this giveaway, all you need to do is type in a number into the chat between 1 and 150. One number per person. You just have to type in one number, and that has you entered to win one of these 8 gift cards. Okay? All right. So if you would like to enter this giveaway to win a $10 gift card to my sticker shop, get a number in mind between 1 and 150. Get those typing fingers ready. And ready, set, go. Go ahead and type in one number into the chat between 1 and 150. It is giveaway time. Since we have 8 winners, I'm not going to worry about people having the same number guessed because we have so many winners to pick. There's still a very good chance you can win, even if there's multiple people guessing the same number. It is up to you, though. If you notice somebody has picked your same number and you want to change your guess, you are more than welcome to. You're welcome to change your guess if you would like, but because we have so many winners, it's not as big of a deal today. All right. And remember, this is a number between 1 and 150. So Holly, 194 is not a valid entry. A number between 1 and 150. Go ahead and get your entries in, and we'll pick our winners very shortly. All right. We are doing a giveaway. So once again, if you would like to enter to win a $10 gift card to my sticker shop, type one number into the chat between 1 and 150. Kendra said, am I ever going to win? As long as you keep joining the live streams, Kendra, I feel like I can almost guarantee it. We do so many of these gift card giveaways, and so many people request that they go to people who have never won before, that I feel like it's only a matter of time. Truly, I feel like it's only a matter of time, and you actually have a very good chance of winning a gift card as long as you keep attending the public live streams. We have such a generous community with so many sticker fairies. We have given away probably hundreds of gift cards over the last year and a half, so I would not be surprised. Leanne, if you can hear me answering you right after you type that in, then yes, you are live. If you're hearing this delayed, then you are not live. All right, last chance to get your entries in to enter this gift card giveaway. All right, last entries coming in. I'm going to pull up my random number generator, and we will get ready to start picking our winners. Also, because I have 8 winners to pick, as I start picking winners, I'm going to humbly request that we not congratulate every single person in the chat. I don't want the chat to go up too far because I don't want to lose the entries. So if we could stay relatively quiet in the chat throughout this winner picking process, that would be great. So that way the chat does not start scrolling way far up, because otherwise I might lose our entries. All right. So let's go ahead and pull up my random number generator and find our winners. Let me go to random.org. This is the random number generator I use, and the minimum number is going to be 2, and the maximum number is going to be 149. And I've got this up here so I can keep track of how many winners I've picked. All right, so here we go. Drum roll, please. Winner number 1 is the number 111. Nobody picked 111. Number 78. All right, we've got some winners. Winner number 1 is Ariel. Ariel, congratulations. You are winner number 1. We also, nope, that is it. The only person who picked 78. So congratulations, Ariel. You are winner number 1. Send me an Instagram message at PlanningWithKay to claim your gift card. And if you don't have Instagram, you can email me at kayla@planningwithkay.com. Once again, avoid congratulating everybody in the chat, so that way I don't lose all of our entries. I know it's hard. We all want to congratulate people, but let's stay quiet in the chat while I'm finding our 8 winners. Okay, so we've got 1 winner down. Let's find our next one. Number 122. Nobody picked 122. Number 39. Nobody picked number 39. Number 112. Nobody picked 112. 143. Nope. 91. Nope. 77. And winner number 2 is Marlene. Congratulations, Marlene. You are winner number 2. Go ahead and send me an Instagram message at PlanningWithKay to claim your gift card. All right, let's go ahead and find winner number 3. Number 82. Nope, nobody guessed 82. Number 85. Let's see. We do have some 85s. We got one, and that is Echo. Echo, congratulations. You are winner number 3. Go ahead and send me an Instagram message at PlanningWithKay to claim your gift card. All right, let's go ahead and find winner number 4 with number 26. Did anybody guess the number 26? No. Number 32. And congratulations to Sally Ryder. You are our 4th winner. And yep. Congratulations, Sally. You are winner number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay. You guys are doing so good at listening to me about being quiet in the chat. All right, let's go ahead and find our 5th winner with number 35. Nobody guessed the number 35. Let's see. Number 7. Let's see if anybody guessed the number 7. Yep. Cameron. Cameron, congratulations. You are winner number 5. Winner number 5, Cameron. Send me an Instagram message at PlanningWithKay to claim your gift card. All right, let's go ahead and find winner number 6. Also, let me know, are any of you that have already been picked first-time winners? I don't think so, but Ariel, Marlene, Echo, Sally, Cameron, if any of you are first-time winners, let me know in the chat. But I don't think so. Oh, Ariel. All right, you are a first-time winner. Amazing. Okay, well, we've already got our first-time winner out of the way as requested by Nicola. Beautiful. Ariel, I'm so happy to hear that because you're in the streams all the time. So I'm so happy that you are a first-time winner. Oh, and thank you. I'm always wondering if it's Ariel or Ariel or Ariel. So Ariel, like that, right? That's how she says it in The Little Mermaid. Ariel, thank you. All right, let's go ahead and find our 6th winner, 77. I know somebody did pick 77. Oh, we already picked 77. That was Marlene. So next is 17. Nobody picked 17. Yeah, Ariel, I feel like I'm always pronouncing your name like differently every time I say it. Covering all my bases. All right, 59. Did anybody pick the number 59? No. 11. Nobody picked 11. 55. Nakia. Nakia, congratulations. You are our 6th gift card winner. Go ahead and send me an Instagram message at PlanningWithKay and I'll respond to you with your gift card. So that's our 6th winner. We got 2 more. Number 59. No 59s. Number 68. No. Number 84. And our next winner, is Robin. Congratulations, Robin. You are our 7th winner. Robin, send me an Instagram message at PlanningWithKay and I'll respond to you with your gift card. And let's go ahead and find our 8th and final gift card giveaway winner. Number 19. Did anybody pick 19? No. Number 40. No. Number 100. Satisfying. Did anybody pick 100? No. 50. No. 108. No. 113. Also no. 23. Okay, 23. So 2 people picked 23. And this is the last gift card. So unfortunately, one of you is not going to win. I'm going to go in order in my chat. So the first person to guess 23 was Emily. So Emily, you are our final winner. And a special shout out to Just Sarah, who also picked 23, but later in the chat. Oh, you know what? I spoke too soon. Sarah, Nicola is purchasing a last gift card for you so that you can win with the winning number 23. So, congratulations to both Emily and Sarah for being our final 2 winners. And thank you so much, Nicola, for being so sweet and purchasing a 9th gift card so that Sarah can also win. Sarah, I feel like you might be a first-time winner. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I can't consciously remember you having won a gift card. Yep, Sarah said, OMG, thank you. This is my first time in chat. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that you have won a gift card then. We have another first-time winner. All right, you guys can talk in the chat now. Feel free to congratulate everybody because we have picked our 9 winners who have each won a $10 gift card to my sticker shop. So if you are one of the winners, send me an Instagram message at PlanningWithKay. If you don't have Instagram, then you can instead email me at kayla@planningwithkay.com. Kayla. All right, and I am now going to go in and send. Oh my God, this is so sweet. Also, you guys, we have a 10th winner. Nicola sent me a 10th gift card and she said, this is for Kendra if she doesn't win. So Kendra, you are a winner today. You have won a $10 gift card as well. Congratulations, Kendra. And Nicola, you are so incredibly sweet. Thank you so much for sending those in. So Nicola or Kendra, can you also send me oh, I know, Kendra, you actually don't have Instagram, right? I don't think you do, but I know I have your email because you just emailed me the other day that recording of your dad singing that we played during the Patreon live stream. So, Kendra, I'm just going to go ahead and respond to that email and send you your gift card via email. Hi, Mom. My mom's here. Welcome, Mama. So happy you're able to pop into the stream. Did you just land? My mom was flying back from Arizona today. So you must have just landed. Also, look at this little kitty ear. So cute. Okay, Kendra, here is your gift card. All right, I just sent it to you, Kendra. Okay, so I'm going to keep track of what I've sent, make sure I've sent them all. Kendra's has been sent. Nikia, there is yours. Emily, there is yours. Robin, there is yours. Sally Ryder, there is yours. Echo, there is yours. Cameron, there is yours. Marlene, there is yours. Ariel, there is yours. And finally, who am I missing? Oh, Sarah, you're probably going to be in my requests. Yes, there you are. Because you're a first-time winner as well. And there you go. All right, all 10 gift cards have been sent out. Thank you so much to our sticker fairies. If you have won a gift card, that gift card will not ever expire, so you do not have to feel rushed to spend it. I'm gonna, again, be catching up on shipping out orders over the next couple months. So if you want to use it for a physical sticker order, just know if you make a purchase, it's going to take a little while for it to ship out. You can also use the gift cards for digital stickers, which are instantly available, or you can hang on to it and save it and use it anytime. You can also combine gift cards together. So I know a lot of people save the gift cards and they'll save them to use during a sale, and then you can use all your gift cards at once. So just know that you can save your gift cards. They do not expire. You do not need to feel rushed to use them, and you can use them whenever feels right for you. My mom said she was in Arizona for something called the Mammoth March, which is a 20-mile march. And we did it with my husband's two brothers. It was beautiful there and perfect weather. And I got some very cute picture updates from their walk. And it seemed like it was such an amazing time. I'm so proud of you guys for all finishing that 20-mile walk, 7 hours of walking. Pretty cool. All right. So I think we're ready to start getting into our sticker designing now. We have given away 10 gift cards. I've updated about the GoFundMe, thanked people for sending me things, teared up a little bit because I'm just so grateful for you guys and continue to be so grateful for you guys. So I think we're ready to start getting into working on the new music-themed sticker collection. And once again, the sticker collection is this month's Patreon rewards. So if you join my $15 or up Patreon tiers anytime before the end of February, you will qualify to receive these physical stickers sent to you in the mail. The sticker collection at the Luna stuck her foot out of her bed. Let's turn her so we can see her little foot, her little back leg. But yeah, this is February's sticker subscription rewards. So again, if you join the $15 or higher tiers anytime before March 1st, you will qualify to receive these physical stickers in the mail. The next collection I'm shipping, which is going to ship in the next week or two, is December's green collection. January's breakfast themed collection is going to ship out probably towards the beginning of March. So I imagine that this collection, which is February's collection, will probably ship towards the end of March. Lindsay said, "Oh, you've got something in the background, less blank wall." Yes, these are the unput together printer shelves. So I am going to be having like our printers behind me. They're not put together yet, but by the next stream, they will be. We're probably going to be setting these up tomorrow. So if you're a patron, I do have some Patreon live streams coming up this coming week on Wednesday and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So you'll probably see the finished printer setup behind me by then. Felicia said, "Is there anyone here who lives in Sweden or anywhere in Northern Europe?" Yes, Felicia, I know that we do have some Swedes in the chat. I'm trying to wait. Do I or am I lying? Definitely lots of Northern Europeans. There we go. I thought so. Marlene is Swedish. Anya is Norwegian. So we definitely do have some Northern Europeans and Swedes in the chat. Thora is Danish. We got lots of people from the UK. We have a very beautiful, diverse community here from all sorts of different countries, which is always so incredible. All right, let's take a sip of our beverages and then get into working on these designs. By the way, I am going to be streaming for about 3 hours total today, so I am going to go for another 2 hours. All right, so this is the first sheet of the music collection that we're working on. It is the decorative sheet, the decorative single sheet. So this is a sheet that will be a part of $25 and up Patreon rewards. And I am finishing the coloring. So we've already finished our guitars and basses. What I've done since my last Patreon stream is I colored in the keyboard and this amp down here. So the next thing that I'm going to be working on is, I feel like the drum kit, because that's going to be really fun to color in. Let's see, Holly said, "Is Youngblood an electric singer type era? And is K-pop or AC/DC in this type of mix? Correct me if I'm wrong, just not on the same wavelength as this kit." Many different questions here. So Youngblood, I don't think I would describe him as a, oh, I see. You're saying like electric instruments. Yes. I mean, Youngblood's pretty like rock and roll, punk vibes. So definitely matching the vibe of this collection. I would say this collection is less K-pop-y because I feel like K-pop doesn't normally have like a band, doesn't normally have like live instruments on stage. This is definitely very AC/DC vibes. This music collection, I'm definitely focusing on more like rock and roll vibes. So we got lots of electric instruments. The header sheet, I also want to include vinyl records and record players and like Walkman, Discman, like music playing devices. I was saying to my patrons that in the future, I would love to do another music theme that's more like acoustic and classical instruments. So for now, we're focusing on more of the electric instruments, electric guitars, electric basses, electric keyboards. So kind of like rock and roll vibes. Cha-ching, cat. I got to turn my watch off so we can hear the cha-chings as they come in. I'm depriving y'all of the cha-chings because I know you love to hear them. So let me turn my watch off and turn my phone up. And thank you so much for your order, Kat. I appreciate you so much. Okay, and Jake said that I can stream until 7. So we're going to go for another 2.5 hours. So the stream will be 3.5 hours total, going for another 2.5 hours. Nicola, you said someone chucked my silhouette, gutted. Right. Off now, back to Animal Crossing. Hang on, Nicola, do you mean like somebody like threw your silhouette? They chucked your silhouette. What did somebody do to your silhouette? That's so mean. I'm just catching up on the chat. There's all sorts of good conversation today. All right, let's stop dilly-dallying and get into continuing to color the sticker sheet. And like I said, let's go ahead and do our drums next. Okay, so I have a reference image that I had for this. Let me pull up the internet and go back to Simple Drum Kit. Okay, I think that this is a good one here. I do know I want this to be red. So the first thing that I'm doing to color this collection is I actually fill everything in with black first. That way when I go in with my textured coloring, I can have this like black background peek through, which is helping to give this a very like grungy look. I'm using a very textured brush for all of the coloring. It is called the Oberon brush in Procreate. So you can kind of see up here when I don't fully color everything in, this black texture peeks through, and that's really what I'm wanting. You can see up here too. I want the texture to be black and not white. So that is exactly why I first fill everything in with solid black as the first step towards coloring this collection. So I'm going to finish coloring in all of the little bits and bobs on this drum kit black before we start putting in the real color. And once again, thank you to everybody who has donated to the GoFundMe so far. We have 102 donations totaling to $7,500, and I cannot thank you all enough. I am so excited to get the second bank of cutters set up that we ordered last week. We almost got everything in the mail for that already, except for the cutters themselves. Silhouette always takes a little bit of time to arrive. And whenever I order a large amount of cutters, they always make me verify things before they send it too. Holly, I have a red drum kit in my head, so I really like the idea of doing red. Okay, so I'm going to start off with our red color. So let's see here. I'm also going to take that black underlayer and I'm just going to turn the opacity down so I can actually see my lines. Okay, so red. Let's grab my Oberon brush, make it nice and big. The other fun thing about this collection and the style I'm doing is I'm actually coloring outside the lines quite a bit. So you can kind of see on all of my guitars, I'm leaving the coloring like loose and coloring outside of the lines as part of the style. Kind of again adds to the grungy, like rock and roll effect. Um, so that's something I'll also be doing. Sometimes I do it after I color everything in as like a last step. Sometimes I do it as coloring things in. But so I'm not trying to color things in perfectly, and I am enjoying that messy kind of outside the line look. So I'm going to color the outside of all of the drums red, and I'm not pushing down super hard with this brush, so that way I still get some of that nice texture. Raven, thank you so much. I did last week I finally went to Goodwill and got new clothes because I was living in the same two shirts for the last month. And I had such a successful Goodwill run. Like, I'm set on clothes now. I got like 10 new shirts, all set, but this is one of them. I do really like this shirt. I just love what I can find at Goodwill. So cute. Got my Vans on, my favorite Zoomies jeans. But I love shirts that have like funky cutouts in them. Those are my favorite. So I was very excited to find this one. Holly, Goodwill is a thrift store here in the US. Do they have Goodwills in Canada too? Or is it just in the US? Goodwill, Canada. Okay, maybe they do. Yeah, it looks like they got Goodwills in Canada. What countries have Goodwill? What countries is Goodwill in? United States and Canada. Yeah, but it's just a specific like secondhand store that is all across the US and Canada, and it's one that I personally really love because I always find good stuff there. All right, next up, let's go ahead and make all of the stands silver. So I'm just going to grab a gray from up here, make my brush a little bit smaller, and let's go ahead and make everything silver. Again, not being scared to go outside the lines. In fact, that's what we're leaning into for this collection. So I'm just going to go in with that gray on all of the stands and hardware here. Holly wants to know, what is everybody's weekly win? For those that are new, a weekly win is a pat on the back for something big or small that you've done throughout the week, like walking the dog, etc. I always love this question. I love to hear about everybody's weekly wins. So let us know. Holly wants to know, what's your weekly win? Raven's weekly win is that he got his boot off for his broken ankle this week and early. They thought it would be another 2 to 4 weeks, but you got it off now, so you're walking around bootless. You're also able to go for walks now, and you got junk food for your self-care for Valentine's weekend. I love to hear that, Raven. What a relief to get the boot off early. Walking around with a boot is the worst. So I'm so happy to hear that. Such a good weekly win. Caitlin's is getting a shout out in the faculty meeting from a colleague about all the crazy you've taken on this year. Made me feel very seen and appreciated. Nothing better than feeling seen and appreciated, Caitlin. Congratulations on the shout out. Kat's weekly win was getting your wheelie bin to the curb the night before pickup day. Holly's was saying happy birthday to her granddad on his birthday on Valentine's Day and bringing yourself or buying yourself some Lego flowers and watching his favorite movie, Toy Story. I'm so proud of myself. Oh, Holly, I'm so happy and proud of you for that. I know it's been really hard since your granddad passed away, and it can be, I know you were mentioning that you weren't sure you'd be able to really do things like that because it just makes you sad. And we were brainstorming with you last stream ways that you could spend Valentine's Day that would feel good, knowing it's your granddad's birthday. So I'm just so happy to hear that you were able to say happy birthday to him and watch his favorite movie and have a good day. I'm so happy to hear that, Holly. Kimberly's weekly win is that her new granddaughter was born, Hada Lynn, 8 pounds, 7 ounces, and a month early. She does have some health issues, but otherwise is doing okay, and Mama got to hold her today. I'm so happy to hear that, Kimberly. That is a big baby. 1 month early and 8 pounds, 7 ounces. It's wild to think how big she would have been if she was born on time. That is wild. I'm so glad that mama and baby are all good and okay, Kimberly, and that she got to hold her today. Such a relief. So happy to hear that. Jada's weekly win was getting a job interview and then getting an offer the next day. Snaps. Best day ever. Robin's weekly win was kicking this vertigo mostly and signing up for some physical therapy to fix it fully tomorrow. Jack's weekly win was going to a small book event. Awkward Indie Author's weekly win was writing 1,570 words for their romance Whip, and the characters almost kissed. Oh my goodness, you are a romance writer. You're going to have to plug yourself in the chat for us so that people can support your work, because everybody loves romance here. Also, I love that your profile photo is clippy. But Awkward Indie Author, definitely feel free to promote yourself in the chat. Let us know where we can find you online, what your author's name is. If you have any works that we can support already, or if this is your debut, let us know. This is a very bookish community, so we love to support our community members who are authors and writers. Sally's weekly win was coming out of the hospital at 10 days. All is well in my world. Lauren's is surviving spring 1, the third half term of the year. 3 down, 3 to go. Eliana's was being able to save her bullet journal even if you had to cut out some pages. Echo said, my sweetie is exploring their gender, so we went to the thrift store to find some femme clothes for them, and it was so much fun. That sounds so sweet, Echo. Still just makes me so happy to hear about your new relationship. Christina's weekly win was sending out 6 snail mail packages. Karen's was getting into air dry clay again. I love reading y'all's weekly wins. It seriously makes me so happy for us all to be able to share in the joy of all the big or small good things that we did for ourselves this last week. Let's see, what are some more weekly wins? Sandy's weekly win was feeling better after being sick all week. Sandy, that's inspiration for me. My weekly win is that I'm finally feeling better as well after being sick all week. I've had a cold. I mean, I think a cold. It's felt like a cold that I have not been able to kick. And then finally, yesterday was like my first day of feeling pretty good again. I'm not on the couch anymore. Whenever I get sick, I sleep on the couch um, to avoid getting Jake sick and just having perpetual sickness pass between the two of us. And last night I got to sleep in the bed because I am feeling good. Marlene did laundry and didn't have to go naked. Great weekly win. Anya's weekly win is surviving the week. Snaps, Anya. Sometimes just surviving, just getting through is all we need to celebrate. Rose said, Friday gig, the sax player said that my drums were always perfect. Oh, what a good compliment. Oh, an awkward indie writer said that I write under cat and dress. I have one Christmas romance in Kindle Unlimited. Chewable Melmo said that my weekly win is spending Valentine's Day with my partner and kids. I love that. Sophie's weekly win is getting through the last few days with your daughters while your husband was out of town. They are 2, 4, and 6. Oh my God, that sounds like a lot of work, Sophie. Congratulations getting through. Thora's weekly win was finally getting a new screen holder set up on her desk and sorting your stacks. Love to hear it. Kendra's weekly win was doing the dishes a few times during the week. Felicia's is surviving work without getting sick again as you work in kindergarten. Oh my God. I can only imagine all of the sicknesses going around with daycares, kindergartners, teachers in general. My heart goes out to you guys. I feel like everybody is sick right now. Missy Campo said my weekly wins are being consistent with my workouts and getting 25% through my knitting project. And if I missed your weekly wins, I celebrate you guys. I give yourself a pat on the back. I love hearing about everybody's weekly wins, and I know everybody else does as well. Thank you guys for sharing. Continue to share, continue to celebrate yourself in the chat. This is the place to do it. This is the place. Never stop celebrating all those wins, big or small, because they are worth celebrating, even if it's just that you're here and you survived. That is so valid. Even in the worst moments of our lives, there is still always something to celebrate. I promise. There's always something to be proud of yourself for, even if it is so super tiny. And when we say the weekly wins in these streams, if you can't think of anything, you can always at least know that one of your weekly wins is being here with us today. Hell yeah, Emily. Emily said, I did the math and I've sent over 175 postcards and letters to House representatives, senators, and other government agencies as a form of rebellion. That is incredible and so inspiring, Emily. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing that. Okay, I think that's pretty much all the silver parts. So now let's do the cymbals and hi-hat. We're going to make those like a golden color. I'm trying to see if there's any colors I already have that would work. I feel like this golden brown will work as a base color for those. Again, going to be sure to color outside the lines. Oh, and my mom said that she just donated a Very Retail Christmas by Kat and Dress, who is Awkward Indie author, in the chat. You are so sweet, Mom. I love seeing people in the community support the authors, writers, and artists that we have here. This is always a place where you can self-promote. I give you endless permission. If you have any creative projects, if you're a musician, a writer, an artist, share your work with the community here. I love for us all to support each other. Of course, Holly, you know you never have to ask permission to share something in the chat. Okay. Now we just need the drum heads, which I think we're going to do white. But let me look at a couple other drums, because some drum heads are dark, but I think I prefer the look of the white or off-white drum heads. So let's choose, do I want to do white? Yeah, I think I will. I'll start with white and then I'll add shading later. These blueberries are really good. Pushing down very lightly with the whites to get a lot of that nice texture in there, as you can see here. And I still have that black churned down. At the end here, I'll churn the opacity back up and then we can see what that full final texture really looks like, because it'll look a little bit more dramatic once I turn the black back up. Okay. You know what? While I'm at it, maybe I should put some. I don't know. We'll do the amp later. Focus on the drums for now. All right. So let's churn that black back up. Now you can see that nice juicy texture happening across my drum kit. Wrong layer. Okay. So now we're going to go in with shading and details. Let's start with shading. And I'm just going to do this with my shadow layer up here. This is a layer that just is set to linear burn, and I'm using light grays to put in shadows. And this is set to a clipping mask, so the shadows are going to stay on top of whatever I've already drawn in this color layer. Okay, so let's go ahead and with the same brush start putting in some shadows. I think I'm going to imagine that the light source is coming from like the right side here. Let's see. Let's sink some of this drum into shadow. Let's put shadows on the bottom of the drum heads here. And then we'll do shadow on this left side. Maybe not quite so much. Like that. Same thing over here. Go in with my eraser a little bit as well to bring that exactly where I want it. Holly, I love that idea of making Valentine's Day about self-love. I think that's really amazing. And I'm so happy to hear that you spent Valentine's Day doing things that make yourself really happy and feel loved and feel important and special. And sharing that with your family or friends, or just really happy to hear that. I think that's a great way to spend Valentine's Day. So just throwing in some like basic shading to start here. Felicia, I don't know if you keep up with what's happening here in the US, but there is a lot of different things happening right now that people are protesting against. A lot of really awful, awful things. Oh, look, she's dreaming. Okay, love that. Let's put some highlights in here now. So I'm going to grab this lighter color. Let's go one layer up. And I'm just going to start putting this lighter reddish color on my drums. Let me erase some of my shadow. It's over on this side. Holly said, so in Procreate, if you make a mistake, but then you go out of that file and go back and you can't undo, how do you fix it? You can't. You can't, Holly. Like, yeah, if you leave your file, you can't then undo. You just have to redo whatever you got rid of or make it work. But unfortunately, there's no more undoing if you leave. All right, I grabbed kind of like a light yellow, and I'm going to put that in as a highlight on my hi-hat and my cymbal over here. For my Luna in the planners, I feel like maybe I'll make the Luna like a bluish gray. This is our fake band name. We voted on this name during my last Patreon live stream. If you like these sticker design live streams, consider joining my Patreon. You can even join for free to gain access to more live streams every month. And I do most of my sticker designing during the Patreon streams. There's 8 Patreon live streams a month. If you're a free patron or a $1 patron, you'll gain access to at least one. If you're a $3 patron, you'll gain access to 2. $5 patrons get 4. $10 patrons get 7 streams. And finally, there's one stream for $40 and up patrons. So if you're ever wanting more streams, you can always get more over on Patreon. Luna, you're so cute. She's so, hang on, we need a Luna appreciation moment because she is so cute and snuggled up. I'm going to turn the exposure up a lot and drag her slowly into frame. No, don't wake up. Oh, look at her. Look how precious. Oh, so precious. My precious. Oh, big yawn. Oh. Oh, and now she cleans herself. And she purrs. Precious little angel. She loves her bed. Luna always cleans herself when she's really happy. Okay, Luna. Thank you for your service. It's funny how I have to turn the brightness of my camera up so much to see Luna. Okay. I think I want that to be like more of a actual blue instead of a gray. So I'm just going to saturate that color a little more. And then just drag that over into all those little gray sections so it pops a little bit more. Oh, Luna, did you hear that? That was your dinner. She's thinking about it. She's thinking if she wants to leave. Are you hungry enough to leave for dinner? Oh, you just heard more drop. What are you going to do? You going to stay with us? Maybe if I pet you, you'll decide to stay. Yep, I think she's staying. That's so nice of you to stay with us, Luna, even though your dinner just dispensed. I still don't really like that color. Maybe a lighter blue. Okay, I think that's better. All right. I am going to throw in some more shadows on top of the gray stands and whatnot, and I'm going to use a bit of a darker gray for this. And I will also be going in with highlights as well. White highlights, which I think are really going to make a lot of these like metal parts really hit. Oh, hello. Hello, Mrs. Longpaw. These things are showing up a little bit darker on camera than they are in real life. I'm going to turn my shadows down. Good night, Marlene. Thank you so much for being here today. It was such a pleasure to see you. Okay. Let's go in with some highlights now. So I'm going to grab white and I'm going to go up to my line art layer. And I feel like this is really where everything starts coming together. So I'm now going to go in with this white and start putting highlights in. make everything look a little shiny. Oh, I forgot to put silver on these bits here. Especially for all of the metal parts. A little bit of highlight makes it look much more metallic. And I'm not being too precise with anything in this. I'm not really putting like a whole bunch of thought and deliberation into where my shadows and highlights are going. Generally, I'm putting, again, kind of imagining the light coming from the right side. That's usually when I'm doing shadows and highlights. I kind of always think of the light coming from the right side. So in general, like a lot of my highlights are showing up on the right, but it's not 100% consistent. I find that the illusion comes across even if it's not 100% true to life. Once I have these illustrations done, we're then going to get started on sheet 1 of the monthly kit for this collection, which is like always my big headers. And I'm going to be using these illustrations in those headers. So a lot of this work I'm doing now is going to really make that header process really nice and easy. Kendra, I did not go to school for art. I went to school for engineering, actually. And am just self-taught with my art. I'm going to make all of the parts of the stands that touch the ground. I'm going to make darker, almost black. Holly, my only advice is I think you just gotta let go of those things that are holding you back from creating the things that you wanna create. If you wanna make stickers, go ahead and make some stickers. I think, especially if at first just creating them for yourself, Holly, it's like you don't have to worry if you're copying anybody. Just make it. I know that that's not the most useful advice to just like not worry about it, but I know you, Holly, and I know that you're I think someone that tends to overthink. So I think for you a lot of the advice of what you need to do is just try to not overthink it. I feel like when you let go of those worries, Holly, you make some really amazing things. You're the only thing in your way. All right, I think that drum kit is looking great. So I'm just going in and just adding things outside of the lines where I think they need to be, just kind of fine tuning the final look. I think maybe I'll go in with a slightly darker shadow on top of my cymbal and hi-hat. Just get a little bit of a darker color showing up in there. Like that. Like that. All right. And Holly, I think the live streams, like I pretty much show the whole process in the streams that you watch. So I would recommend, like continuing to watch replays of the streams, especially like if you look on I think you're in the free Patreon tier. If you browse through whatever streams are available there, or like all of my public sticker design streams, you can kind of see that I don't like stick to the same brushes for everything I do. I'm always kind of playing around and experimenting. And I think that's really like the most important part of the process is there's not like some magic secret trick to it. It's that you just got to keep doing it and cha-ching. Thank you so much for your order. Continue experimenting, trying new things. But yeah, I mean, I know that you've seen me do a lot of sticker designing, Holly. So kind of seeing a lot of my different techniques and how I approach things. What first step do I take into creating digital stickers for people to buy? Step one is design something digitally. So if you have an iPad, you can use Procreate like I do. Um, there's many different routes to take to actually design something digitally. You also can just create physical art and take a picture of it. I do that for a lot of my art where I take the paintings that I do. You can easily turn physical art into digital art by just simply taking a picture of it. It's the amazing thing about our modern day phones is, our cameras are really good. You really don't even have to scan stuff to turn physical art into digital art. But once assuming, Kendra, that you have a design, um, the digital stickers that I create are simply the PNG exports from Procreate. And then I also turn them into PDFs by taking that PNG photo and I bring it into a Word document. So, like on a Mac, I'd use Pages, or if you have a PC, you can use Microsoft Word. Make it the size I want, and then I export that as a PDF. So that's how I actually create the digital files that I sell. It's the PNG files straight out of Procreate and then PDF files that I create through a Word document. If it's going to be slogans and quotes, Kendra, Canva is a really great resource, I think, as well. If you haven't already checked out canva.com, it's a great free design website software. So I'm working on the microphone now. Holly, if you want a brush recommendation, I love my Studio Pen as a really nice basic line art brush. A lot of my first sticker collections are using the Studio Pen, which is just a really nice, solid, simple brush. Um, I do always go in and go to the brush settings, and I usually turn up the streamline and or stabilization, play with that, figure out what settings you like for streamline and stabilization. And the other good Apple or Procreate brush setting to know is Apple Pencil. This is what's going to change what happens when you push down hard versus when you push down lightly. So that's this pressure setting here. It's maxed out. That means that when I push down hard, it'll get bigger. When I push down softer, it'll get smaller. The same goes for opacity. Play around though. I can't explain all of these things, but in general, Studio Brush, I've turned up streamline and stabilization, and I also will mess with the size pressure setting to be where I want it. But that's a great starter brush. I love the Studio Pen. I do have the old software now for Procreate, so I actually don't even know if these brushes are still are still the brushes that are in Procreate if you are on the updated software. So I might be giving outdated suggestions. Leslie said, how often do you replace your cutting mats and auto blades? So my mats, I replace quite often, but actually what I do, Leslie, is I have a ton of mats. So at any given point, I mean, it's obviously different right now because I had to throw them all away. I'm rebuilding my stash, but I usually have like 60 to 100 mats that I'm using constantly. I never ever have the mats empty. I always have a sheet on a mat. So anytime I take something off of a mat, I always put something back on. It makes the mats last longer if you don't just have them sitting unused and like exposed to the air. That way, like dust isn't getting on them and stuff like that. So that's one thing. I always have things matted. I never have my mats unmatted. But I would say a mat probably again, it's different because I cut so much, but I also have so many mats. I would say my mats probably last on average like a few months. So I'm constantly trading out mats. When the mats get stick to or when the mats aren't sticky enough, the cut lines will start to shift. Once I notice that, the mat goes in the trash and I replace it. But that's one thing that's really helped with the mats is that I have a ton of mats. So it means that the mats don't get, they kind of get more breaks basically. I'm not overusing the mats because instead I just have a lot of mats at once that I'm using. Um, and blades, I definitely do replace blades. I haven't been using the auto blades though. Um, I will be using them now with my new machines, but before that, I was only using the ratchet blades. And I would say on average, it's hard to say for sure, but I would guess that the ratchet blades were probably lasting, I don't know, like 6 months, 6 months to a year. It depends though. The blades are pretty inconsistent. Some blades last forever, some need to be replaced really quickly. Um, it just depends. A few months ago, I started keeping track of the dates that I replaced blades so that I would be able to like get more of an idea of how long they lasted, but I was never able to put that data to any good use. So but there you definitely do have to replace the blades and the mats, but also keep in mind that I was cutting massive amounts of stickers. So the frequency with which I need to replace mats and blades is probably way more often than you will need to. And Holly, if you're not able to access live streams because you're not in that tier anymore, you will need to upgrade to that tier to access them. I won't go and like send links to streams that are not within your tier. All right, I think that's good enough for the microphone. I'm going to add a little gray underneath the cord here. Oh my God, Thora, thank you so much for upgrading from the $5 Patreon tier to the $15 tier. You said this is how I can support you. I can't wait to start receiving physical stickers. I am so excited to hear that, Thora. Thank you so much for upgrading and being a part of my Patreon. By upgrading to the $15 tier, that means that you're going to receive the $15 February sticker subscription, which is going to include the 3-sheet music themed monthly sticker kit and a freebie sheet. So you're going to get 4 sticker sheets sent to you. And as we continue with these designs throughout this month, you'll see those sheets come to life. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you so much for supporting me, Thora. I appreciate you so much. All right, and that's some great insight from somebody who cuts just for themselves. Raven said that mats tend to last about 6 months to a year and blades about a year. So great to know. So again, it's going to be very different for you than it is for me with how much I how much I cut. All right, I'm filling in these picks. And then I'm also going to, picks usually have like the, something written on them, like the brand name or, so maybe we'll make these little K picks. Such a small little detail, but just so there's a little something written there. Good night, Holly. I'm so glad you were able to join us today. All right, last thing. Oh, I'll slap a little shadow on top of the picks. And then we just need to do our last amp, and then that is it for this sheet. All right, let's do this guy. Pull up my reference. Amp. Images. I want to do one like this with the gold panel. Okay. So for this amp, let's throw this like lighter grayish color on top of it first. Miss Acampo, we're going to be streaming for another hour and a half. All right, let's start putting in some base colors. I'm going to grab this kind of golden color for this. I am also going to be putting a cord coming out of this amp, but I'm going to do that last. I'm going to take some creative liberties here for the colors I'm using because I can't just have it all be black or that would be pretty boring. So I'm going to put in some lighter base colors for the actual speaker section here. And then I'll also use that color for these like corner brackets. And then maybe there as well. All right, let's start putting in some different shadows and some different tones here and there. I'm going to grab one darker gray color and start putting that in. So let's shade do that on this lower layer. Let's make this side of the amp darker. And again, this is looking darker on camera than it is in person, like that shadow color specifically. So I might even make my shadows a little less intense on camera. So it's looking a little bit more how it looks in person. And Holly, I'll probably be doing a public live stream this next Sunday. I hope you have a good rest of your night, Holly. I'm so glad you were able to join us today. I'm going to go ahead and put in the white highlights on this amp right now. Since this whole amp is pretty simple because it's all pretty much just black, I feel like it'll be easier to see what else we need. If I put our white highlights in now. Definitely going to highlight this right side. Let's highlight this top edge here as well. This side. Just try to make all of my edges pop with these highlights. All right, let's go down here, and I am going to put some lighter and darker shades in this kind of like speaker section. Actually, I think I'll do that on my shadow layer. Let's grab a lighter gray. Start putting in some shadows. Even lighter. So let's do a nice big shadow on this edge or this side. Actually, don't want it to be curved like that. I think I just want it to be straight like this. Now let's have that go on the speaker part like that. I'm going to have the color that goes outside of the lines be a lighter gray. So I can see my line art a little more clearly. All right, let me grab some of this lighter yellow to highlight the gold. Let's grab some white. Bring that down here. Let's create a little color variation in the speaker. All right, I think that's looking pretty good. Let me fine tune the shadow on this side. Let's bring a little bit of a lighter gray over there as well. Grab a gray that's a little bit in between those two. Oh, Raven, I'm so glad you've been loving the pen and pages. I saw when you posted your spreads the other day how you use the pen and pages collection for one of your weekly spreads. All right, I think we're almost done here. All right, let's do a final little bit of highlight over on this side. Where you going, Luna? Where you going, Tuna? All right. I feel like that is good there. Although part of me thinks I maybe went a little too gung-ho with the stripy highlights on this side. Maybe just one. And maybe one highlight on this back edge so we can see that edge a little bit more. Okay. What do we think about this sheet? Are we done? Is there anything missing? Are we noticing anything that needs a little extra work done to it? Or is this looking like we can stick a fork in it and call it done? Soak it in. Let me know. I'll eat a couple blueberries while you're looking at it. Thor, I think the drum kit is also my favorite part. I really love how that turned out. I love the red. Okay, the chat, I think, is saying that we are done with the sheet. Okay, there's one thing I see I can add, which is just a highlight on this side of this guitar, and maybe also some highlight, a couple strings highlighted in the shadows of this guitar. Go like that. And then up here, I'm just going to add a white highlight to the whole right side. Tiny details. I'm actually going to add a little highlight to the neck of these other guitars as well. Okay, done. Sheet 1 of this new collection finished. So we have like an hour, 15 minutes left. So we now get to approach the very exciting moment where we get to work on the main headers for this collection. So I'm going to copy all from this sheet, and then we are going to create a new sheet. Also, in case any of you weren't patrons last month and didn't see the breakfast collection, I'll show it off for a second because it turned out so freaking cute. If my iPad will unfreeze. Give it a second. There you go. These digital stickers are already posted on Patreon. This was last month's Patreon reward, so this will be shipping, again, probably towards the beginning of March. But I'm still not over this breakfast collection. It turned out so cute. Mars said, I think the black and white checkerboard would go really well with this collection, like old school Vans. I love that idea because we do need to figure out what we're going to do for the backgrounds of this collection. So I love that idea. Really rock and roll vibe. It's kind of pulling from the pen and paper collection if we were to do that. And we could maybe have it be like every other background. But if I go here, we have this checkerboard background already created. And then I also see a suggestion from Echo asking, can we have different shaped headers in this collection, like the Lighthouse kit? I am totally open to doing something different with the header shapes, absolutely. And we can also kind of cater them around what illustrations we want featured. So let's just bring over some of our ideas here, and let's also bring over these illustrations. I'm almost thinking like maybe some more vertical shaped headers like the Lighthouse collection might be nice for these guitars. But let's start playing around. To figure these things out, we always have to be willing to experiment a little bit. We might do some things we end up not liking and changing our mind about. But let's just go one step at a time and see what we think. So let's first start with like one guitar and see how we can showcase a guitar on a header. So let's go ahead and cut and paste this seafoam green guitar. And let's see if we can also manage to showcase the drums. Oh, and I also forgot that I was actually going to put a chord with this amp. I don't want to forget about that. I still want a chord coming out of it. So hang on before we get into the headers. I was picturing a yellow chord because we had a yellow chord coming out of our amp. And my sketch kind of showed it like bunched up kind of on the floor down here. I still like that idea. And this is why I want to do the chord last, so I could just do it on its own layer on top of everything else. Okay, that's good. I like that. So let me just throw some shadows on top of that. Linear burn clipping mask. Grab some gray. I love all of these ideas I'm seeing in the chat. Let me make the actual plugin of this look like an actual plug. Guitar, amp, chord. This is kind of like the one that we had. Maybe I'll have it be like that with a silver plug in. There we go. That's better. Fill it in silver. Go back to the black for a little bit of shading. And then I will just double check that I want it to be yellow like this by grabbing the cord and then sliding it back and forth, because maybe I want it to be a different color. Something to more contrast the gold part of that amp. Yeah, I don't mind it blue. I could also have it be a color more like the seafoam green of the guitar there, since I don't really have that color coming in anywhere else. Might be nice, actually. A good excuse to bring this color in somewhere else. I like that. Kind of a lighter version. And to confirm if I really do like that, let me go back to our other option. Yeah, I think I like that. I think it's a nice way to bring that color back in. All right, and then I'm just going to throw in a little bit of darker shadow underneath here. Let me actually go under here with put some stuff out of the lines a little bit. Okay, done. All right, now let me copy this whole page again. Go back to our header sheet. Delete these, put that back. Okay. So we got lots of ideas in the chat. Let me read these before I jump into things. Okay, borders around the header is inspired by guitar straps. I'm mentally putting the guitars horizontal like someone just strummed it. Van's checkerboard could even be as a highlight if we feel like it's too overwhelming. Maybe a bit of washi with the lightning symbol like on Jake's guitar strap. Washi strip chords. Chords like the microphones, kind of like the Christmas light sheet. Maybe the background of a header is the neck of a guitar. The background of another header could be the keyboard keys. Okay. So step one, let's see how we like the guitars on a header. So I'm going to create a few like just rough random shapes here. And actually let me, let's see, Jake asked, am I going till 6:30 or 7? I'll end at 7. I like the idea of the background shapes maintaining some of the kind of like messiness of our drawing style. So maybe even just being kind of like a big stripes of that same brush. So just hear Luna going downstairs meowing. Which way would this point if you're playing it? I think this way, right? Yeah, tuning knobs facing up. Luna, chill, girl. I just used whatever color was already swatched for that background. So I'm not paying attention to the details right now. I'm just trying to pay attention to general composition and see what starts to feel right. Can you guys hear Luna screaming? So I'm just going to play around right now. The checkerboard does look really good behind this. I'm just going to be playing around right now. What are you doing? What do you need help with? Run downstairs. Come on. Now keep going. Come on. Run downstairs. Go eat your dinner. She already ate her dinner. Well. She wants inside the light room. You walked her out. No, she walked out. So let's see here. Let's play around. Ooh, Luna, I can smell that you pooped. Woo, turn the fan on, girl. That's why she was crazy, because she just dropped some dukes. Didn't cover them up or anything. Whew. It smells like doo-doo. Yeah, Thor, I also love the red. I feel like the red is such a fun part of this collection. So that's where I also like the checkerboard, but I do feel like the checkerboard needs to be more of a, like, not the full background, but something that kind of comes in. So I'm kind of imagining like this, almost like a collage look with like the checkerboard underneath the color. And then we can have different colors kind of on the different headers. I also, earlier in the design process, was kind of liking the idea of maybe spray paint coming into this again. I know I just did spray paint. Oh, but spray paint with red always kind of looks like blood, so maybe not. But or maybe if I just do it the finer mist, not the big splatters. But I do feel like spray paint kind of lends itself to this punk rock vibe. Yeah, and I can always do red as a background color for one of the more neutral color guitars if we're not liking it with this teal guitar, if it's a little bit too much color. And again, this is all experimentation and playing around, nothing set in stone here. And no, I wasn't really, if we do bring the checkerboard in, I was maybe imagining that on like 2 of the headers, not all of them. I also really like the red with the teal Thora, but I think It's just that as the first header, it's like jarring people. So maybe we'll save that teal guitar for another header, and we'll start with something a little bit more neutral. And this is also still imagining these as horizontal headers, because I also do like the idea of maybe having some vertical headers instead. But I'll keep playing around with this idea for now. I can definitely imagine music notes coming in here. Let's see here. All just playing around right now. I have no idea which of these ideas is going to stick. I'm not in love with like that gray background color. Okay, let's see what we think about if I do have some, if I have it be like the Lighthouse collection where I actually have like 3 or 4 vertical headers. So let's see about these 2 guitars. And I'm not nixing any of those ideas yet, but just want to play around with some different ideas, rapid fire, so that we can kind of see what we like. Yeah, I definitely like the messier paint stroke. I also do like the idea of like dark backgrounds as well. But then I also do really like the different colors that we have in the illustration so far. What if I did a vertical header that's actually kind of like this? I don't know. Let's play around. Let's have some fun. Get a little wild and crazy. See, Thora said, do you see Ashley's idea of denim? Oh, denim background with checkerboard pattern patches, kind of like the Vans slip-ons. Like that idea. Denim is a cool idea to go with this. So just getting a shape down for the idea of some vertical headers. Yep, I see all the different suggestions with the vibe of like leather jackets, leather pants, zippers, safety pins, denim. So let's see what I got here. So this is basically already like a denim texture here. Also, I need to adjust my camera colors because it's looking a lot more saturated than in person. So again, really just not focusing on the color or texture yet, but just trying to imagine what the shapes for these different headers will end up being. And I'm imagining similar to the Lighthouse collection with 2 horizontal and 3 vertical. Hot Topic and Spencer's are still like 2 of my favorite stores. I still regularly shop at both. So this is literally a jean brush. This is the Tarkine brush. It's in textures here. And that is essentially just a jean brush. I am going to see some of the other ones that are similar texture and see if there's any that I like more. So let's see. There's this one. This one is the Melaleuca. But this one is almost more crumpled. I feel like that Tarkine brush really was just like the straight up jean texture. So let me see now. Let me let's see here. Just trying to get the texture to pop before I figure out the color and like make sure I like how the texture is happening. It's not that I'm like not liking it, Mars. It's just like it's not hitting. It's not hitting yet. I still feel like I have a lot of like tweaking and playing around to go before I get it to where I'm really liking it. Okay, that's better. It's looking very jeany, denim-y. Just cool. How much longer do we have? 40 minutes. Okay. So I'm not like fully convinced on the header shape. I like this denim idea though. So I think maybe what I'll do first before I continue is let's just do a full page of this denim texture that I can then kind of like take and work with. Because I do really like, I think that denim texture is super cool. So let's create a whole page of that denim. And then I like the idea too of like a light wash. And that's where I think maybe right now I'll create some different washes, like a few different styles here. And that's where I like the idea of the sewn on patches. I think that's a really fun idea. So just creating some different denim backgrounds. Be easier then for me to play around with them and see where I want to go. Let's do some black denim. This brush is pretty magical, by the way. So I like all of these. So I feel like almost like if our different header backgrounds are all of these different denim washes, that's where we could even also bring in like colored denim. So for example, we have that red. And we could have red denim. Oh yeah, you're right, Echo. I'm looking at my denim pants I'm wearing, and they do normally go, it's like the grain is horizontal or diagonal, I mean. So when I bring these into the headers, I will tilt them diagonal. But these definitely, let's see if I can bring it into frame. This is looking pretty close to like what my pants currently look like. Not too far off. Okay. I like these like 3 washes here. So let me maybe now start looking at making some headers with those. Again, I don't know if I'm sold on this layout. But before I judge it, let me get these 3 different denim swatches onto my 3 different shapes here. Then I can judge. Oh, hell yeah, Ashley. I love that idea of doing a decorative sticker. That's the rock hand. I do like how I was able to just bust out some denim pattern like it was nothing. So I also like the idea then of potentially, and this is where we'll have to see if I like the shapes of these headers as they are, but I like the idea of like some patches, having some patches on our denim. So ignore the color for now, but I'm going to see about having some patch shapes, and then we can have like them sewed on. Like some thread. And that's maybe where we can have a little bit of a different textures coming in, like the Vans checkerboard. Yeah, can you hear Jake cooking? I need to look up these stitches so I know which ones you guys are saying I'm doing. Whip stitch. Okay, so that's like this one. And then running stitch. is like this one. What's the other one? Blanket stitch. Oh, blanket stitch looks kind of advanced. I think it would be cute to have like three different types of stitches. Blanket stitch patch. Although that looks a little more advanced than, let me see, messy patch jacket. Let me get some inspiration. Messy sewn on patch. I feel like some people would just even, oh yeah, like I like some of these references where it's like really messy, almost like coming at different angles and the spacing is irregular. Also, maybe some of them like crisscrossing. Ooh, yeah, I think I kind of like the idea. That would mean that you kind of like go with one direction first with like one piece of thread. I know not what I'm talking about at all when it comes to stitching or any sort of fiber arts, but I feel like that could work. I think the 3 different types is really cute. Okay, now let's actually figure out like what is going to go on these different patches. I do like the idea of the doing one with the checkerboard pattern. We'll give it more of a fabric look to it though. And these would still work horizontal or vertical, so I don't think we need to make the final decision about the orientation yet. see, multiply. I need to put some sort of fabric texture on top of this. Maybe just with that same brush. Luna, cut it out. Hello. Yeah. Should maybe also kind of like make the, hi, make the checkerboard like a little less perfect. Hi. I see you. Oh, honey. What is wrong? Are we upset? Why isn't my curves messing with this at all? Oh, there we go. What is it? Hello. Hello. Okay, not bad, not bad. Hello. Are you upset that I'm live streaming and not paying attention to you? Also, the patches right now are not being bound by the edges of the headers while I'm working on them, but maybe I can fix that. There. Hello. I'll leave them like this for now so I can still move them around if I want. Oh, you need attention? Come here. Come here, darling. Come here. Oh, she needs some love. Hi. Oh, sweet baby. Those are some extra loud purrs. Those are some of the loudest purrs. Oh, okay. You done? You done getting the attention now? You're good? So I was just saying, I mentioned that the patches aren't like bound to the edge of the headers yet. They're just like, you know, I'll try and make it more obvious that they're not clipped yet while I'm working on them. While I'm working on them, they're not yet actually clipped to the background shape. But it wasn't super obvious, so make it more obvious. All right, let me merge those two patches together so we can actually see what it's looking like clipped now. I think we're getting somewhere. I think I'm starting to see the vision come to life. It's definitely adding to the like punk rock looking vibe. Beverage alert. Thank you, Ashley. I'm dehydrating over here. Take a sip of our water. Cheers, everybody. Oh, the heart bat pattern brush for a patch. That's a great idea, Echo. I made a heart brush during our last collection. And where is it? It was in textures here. This was for the retro or for the Heartbreaker collection. Oh, maybe teal hearts. Yeah, let's check it out. I like that. Let's do some of that fabric texture on top. All right, I gotta put a little extra detail into the thread on all of these to really make it pop. Choo! Bless me. So the fabric texture that's on the patches is definitely subtle, Thora. It would probably be even less visible on the physical stickers. I could make it more dramatic if I wanted to, but I really just wanted it to make it look like a little bit less picture perfect. I feel like because the denim is already so textured, it's okay that the patches are less textured. That was my thought anyway. Less flat. Yes, that's what I was really trying to say, Echo. Exactly. I just wanted them to look a little less flat. By the way, we are about to end. It is 6:59, but I feel like we made some great progress today. I am really loving how this is looking. I think this is a really cool background motif for this collection of patched denim. I think that is really cool. I was not expecting to go this route. So I'm pretty excited about this. I think this is going to be a really cool, again, kind of like extra part of this collection is working with this patchwork denim as our kind of background motif. We're still going to have to figure out exactly where our instruments are going to go. On top of this, I'm still like not 100% sold on the vertical headers, but everything I did today still works horizontally as well. So we're going to have to play around with like, again, how the instruments are actually going to lay on top of these backgrounds. But in general, I'm really, really loving this like patched denim background look. I think this is really exciting. And it gives us a lot to play around with when we go into our next sticker design stream, which is going to be a Patreon exclusive stream on Wednesday. So this is where we're going to call it a day today. In case you missed the stream and you want a little recap, today we finished the first sheet of this new music themed sticker collection, which is right here, featuring all of these electric guitars, basses, keyboard, microphone, drum kit, and a couple of amps, as well as some small little music notes and pick decorations. I really, really love how this sheet ended up turning out. And then we finish off today with starting to figure out what our backgrounds are going to be for sheet 1 of this collection, which is the main header sheet. And we had the suggestion of maybe doing something with denim, which is what led us to what you see here as our first attempts at trying to figure out what our backgrounds are going to look like for this collection. I really do think this denim look is super, super cool. I'm really proud of how these turned out. Like, I feel like it really translates. So yeah, just means that we still have to kind of figure out like where to go from here, how we're going to make the musical instruments really be the focus of these sheets. Decide if I want to do these with this like scribbly background look, if I like how it's looking with vertical headers, or if I want to change them to horizontal. But good news is I have all 3 of these denim colors as full page swatches here, so I can easily work with those in any sort of context that I want. And then similarly, these little patch pieces are also like separate on a separate layer, and I can easily grab these and put them on anything. So if I decide I want to change the shape or layout of these headers, I've left things really workable so that I can change how these are laid out, change like the shape, the style, with the same denim backgrounds and the same patches. So this is where we're going to end for today. Thank you guys so much for joining for the sticker design live stream. Again, I have 2 live streams coming up this week on Wednesday and Friday on Patreon. I'll be continuing with these designs during those streams. I'll most likely be streaming publicly this coming Sunday as well, but I will announce that closer to the date. Thank you so much again to everybody who has donated to my GoFundMe so far. It looks like throughout this stream, we have raised $200 more. We are 55% funded. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I see it was one anonymous donation for $200. Oh my God. Thank you so much to whoever that was. Thank you guys so much for continuing to donate to the GoFundMe. We are more than halfway funded. And once we get the last, it's like $6,400, $6,500, we'll be able to order the final third of the remaining equipment that we need, our last 10 cutters, our final printers, our last computers. And then we will be fully back up and running and have everything replaced that we had to get rid of at the start of this year. Thank you so much again to everybody who has sent little care packages and little presents to Jake, me, and Luna, helping us replace the things that we have lost. I appreciate you guys so much, and thank you so much for being here. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night or rest of your day, depending where in the world you are. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.